Erev Tov. Hope this message finds you well. Tomorrow morning we will start Ta'anit Esther, the fast of Esther, at 5 a.m. in the morning. What is the basis for this fast? It's not mentioned anywhere in Megillat Esther that the Jewish people fasted on the 13th of Adar. There is a fast that's mentioned. It's a 3-day fast. Let me explain the meaning of Ta'anit Esther. Haman declares this edict that the Jewish people are going to be destroyed and eradicated. He sends out the result of his pur, of his lottery, on the 13th of the first month, which is Chodesh Nisan, the 13th of Nisan, 2 days before Pesach. When Esther hears about this, she is in shock. She says, Lech kenoset kol hayudim animtziim b'Shushan v'tzumu alai. Gather all of the Jews of Shushan, pray for me, fast on my behalf, so that I can go and appear before the king. Now, she does this 12 months before Purim is going to play out and we're going to be destroyed. Because when did the lottery fall out? It fell out on the 13th of Adar, 12 months later. So we have a 3-day fast, Chodesh Nisan. So what is the meaning of Ta'anit Esther? 3 explanations in the Rishonim. The Torah quotes from Masechet Sofrim that Ta'anit Esther, when we fast on the 13th, it's a commemoration of the 3 days that Esther and the Jewish people fasted in Shushan Habira in Chodesh Nisan. So why don't we fast 3 days in Chodesh Nisan? The reason is that Nisan is a time of celebration. The Mishkan was dedicated in that month. So we're not going to fast for 3 days. So we squeeze all of it into 1 day, which precedes Purim. Explanation number 1. Explanation number 2 is Rabbeinu Tam. Rabbeinu Tam says that the 13th of Adar was a day of Yom Kihila, when the Jewish people came together. They were about to fight and stand up against their enemies on the 13th. So they davened, they called out to Hashem, they fasted, modeling how the Jewish people fasted and davened to Hashem before they fought against Amalek in Parashat Beshalach. This is the second reason, according to Rabbeinu Tam, why we fast on the 13th of Ta'anit Esther, because the Jewish people also fasted before going out to war. A third explanation is presented by Rav Soloveitchik. And he says as follows: what is the nature of Purim? Is it a day of celebration, or is it a day of crying out to Hashem, a call from the depths? He says Purim has a dual aspect. Purim is both of these things, and it's reflected in the fact that we read Megillah twice. There's a discussion in Masechet Megillah Daf Daled. Why do we read Megillah twice? Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi says it's based on a pasuk. Elokai ekra. Elokai ekra. What's the exact pasuk? Let me just pull it up. 1 second. Elokai ekra yomam velo taneh v'layla v'lo dumi ali. I called out to you, God, during the day. You didn't answer, so I call again at night. For the same reason, we read Megillah twice, at night and during the day, because the Megillah is calling out to Hashem from the depths. The Jewish people were in need of salvation. They were this close from being eradicated by Haman and all of his people. And so we call out to Hashem from the depths. Hashem didn't answer the first time. We continue to call out. That's why we read Megillat Esther twice. Rav Chelbo brings a different pasuk. Lemani zamercha kavod v'lo yidom Hashem Elokai le'olam odeka. Hashem, I want to continue to praise you. And so I praise you twice, not just in the day, but also at night. So we read the Megillah twice. Rav Soloveitchik says, what is the Megillat Esther? Is it a call from the depths, or is it praise to Hashem? And he says the truth is that it's both. And Purim has both of these elements. Ta'anit Esther is really the first day of Purim. But that's the calling out from the depths. That's that feeling of fear that we would be eradicated. That's the Hashem help us. We are suffering. We need your help. And Purim itself is a day of thanksgiving and celebration and hakarat hatov for the salvation that is brought about. And so we read Megillah twice, which represents both of these experiences that the Jewish people had. In which case, Ta'anit Esther does not precede Purim. It is the first day, in a sense, of Purim. It's one side of the coin, and Purim is the second side of the coin. Without the fasting, we can't have the celebration. And therefore, Rabotai, Bezrat Hashem, this year, we should experience Ta'anit Esther. We should call out to Hashem and ask for help. Ask Him to heal us, to give us salvation this year. And Bezrat Hashem, this calling out will be transformed into Yeshua, into Layudim Haita Rav Simcha V'Sason Vikar on the day of Purim itself. Wishing you a meaningful fast and a celebratory Purim. Kol Tov.